Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'm going to take a quick look here at XRP, double checking a few important factors. More important, this descending trend line. We want to talk about that, and we'll go ahead and load up some backend data here for liquidation. Okay, now when it comes to liquidation, a lot of longs got swept here recently at this 48.5 cent mark, and there is still some left, about 49 cents, right? We also want to recognize too, if we look at the monthly, there's a lot at 54 cents. As well as roughly 52. So 52 to 54 is that heavy concentration. We got roughly $1 billion at 54 cents, and obviously it tapers off as we go down, but majority of liquidation has been swept here in the recent past, right? So what this basically just tells us is that there's more propensity for the price action to pull back a little bit before it legs up again, or it could essentially continue just straight up here and won't look back at all, right? A couple different scenarios exist there. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up. And I do want to say quick congrats. I'm sorry, I have to throw this out there. Nice little trade here from Bitcoin, 45% long, Chainlink long, 10%, and then CASP was 63%. Good little trades here from last week. So again, I like to highlight that just to, accentuate the positive, right? Because some people kind of get stuck on the negative, and the truth is, trading has ups and downs. I'll provide our results here from last month here shortly to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It wasn't a favorable month, but you average out the last 10, 11 months, honestly, it's been quite all right. So very, very good stuff. Congrats again to our community members for that, and thanks again for the awesome feedback. XRP, one-day time frame. Let's look at some moving averages and recognize that we are still getting rejected by the 20-day SMA. We haven't been above this for some time, and it's one of those situations that once we get above that, we probably have a better chance of the price continuing further up. But for right now, we saw this liquidation sweep at 48.5, and there's no potential for continuation from a macro perspective. We're still going to reject it there. Having said that, though, we got more volume today than the last couple of days, of course. That's standard for a Monday. And we can also recognize that stochastic swinging up, so we're starting to see some momentum. Big surprise, we got momentum on a Monday when we had a pretty quiet weekend. I guess not all that quiet, actually, considering Bitcoin did pretty well yesterday and XRP to follow that. But we're still under 50 in the RSI, and the MACD is, even though it's converging, we're still seeing a lot of resistance. So the indicators are telling us we got some resistance levels, but we also got the oscillators telling us we got good momentum. All right, that's good. That's better than nothing. It's what you see initially at the beginning of each momentous trend. For right now, though, we got to recognize that we still have yet to close above this resistance here. So until we can close above that guy, we don't really have much of a leg to stand on. Okay, so the truth is, we're not in a perfect situation here. We want to be able to close above this guy here soon. Okay? Again, the 4-hour time frame, we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rejections at 48 cents even. Okay, that reaffirms a strong resistance. We also want to recognize too, though, that we got somewhat of an ascending trend here too, right? We got to recognize that we have potential to break that. And because of the fact that we're still continuing to make parallel highs with higher lows. Generally, those break to the upside. So we could see one more last leg down here to 47.5 and up, but for lack of better terms here, we're in pretty solid shape to see the price continuing higher. I know it seems weird because that's a resistance level, but the more often you test a resistance, the more likely it is to break. We're also over 50 in the RSI. Stochastic, meanwhile, swinging back down, all the more reason why we probably have a propensity of a little bit of further downside here, and then one more leg up, okay? Keep in mind, Bitcoin is holding very strong, but it does have a CME gap as well at 61 to 62,000. So if Bitcoin does pull back to that 61K range to fill that gap from this weekend, then we will likely see XRP come down to that 47 cent range and then bounce off higher. Lower 47 cent range, rather. But we are over two moving averages. The important one, 20 and the 50, all hanging out there at about 47.5. So me personally, I feel like 47.5, this most recent point of control, would be a solid pivot point and a good consideration for entry if you're going to wait and be patient for a long. Hourly time frame, let's recognize this here, Ichimoku Cloud, kind of letting us know we have all green lights to leave your long position open or to not take a short, right? If the price doesn't end up pulling back, it doesn't necessarily mean we're just going to flip to short, but it does imply that we want to pay attention. But hypothetically, 47.5 holds should be in good shape to see the price pivot off that. All right. So again, mostly favorable stuff. The only thing that's unfavorable is this larger term trend line working its way down with that concurrent with that 20-day SMA. Closing with the 20-day SMA to me would be substantial. And that requires us to be at 47.5 or higher. So we want to get a closure up here. In a perfect world, a semi-perfect world, the price comes down here and we get in over here. Okay, that's generally what we're looking at there. So all in all, pretty solid little situation, all things considered. I'm still bullish on XRP. In fact, we have a long position from last week And I think that we're going to be in pretty good shape here to get some nice profit here soon. But XRP, this is a long-term play, folks. This is not something that's going to get you rich overnight. Some people seem to think so, but again, right now, the charts aren't telling us that. Anyways, that's kind of where we're at there. All right, hope you learned something today. Do me a favor again, comment below, like, subscribe, follow. If you want to join us over on Twitter, Telegram, or Discord, it's all available for you there too. More important, CryptoCache.tech, we got a lot of members wanting to join or potential members trying to join, and July 1st is available. We have more slots available, so check it out if you want. If you have any questions, reach out. Don't hesitate. Don't be a stranger. We will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks again so much for your time. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.